Uganda, and indeed the whole world, March 3rd of each year is World Wildlife Day. We celebrate the many beautiful and diverse kinds of wildlife and flora, and we raise awareness of the benefits of conservation to humanity. Accordingly, March 3rd, 2025 this year, Uganda will join the rest of the world on celebrating United Nations World Wildlife Day. Lango region, Lira District, will host Uganda's national celebrations. The chief guest will be His Excellency the President of the Republic. As you know, Uganda is one of the world's most biodiverse countries. And you know it is home to 53.9% of the world's remaining mountain gorilla population, 11% of the world's recorded bird species, which is 50% of Africa's bird species richness, and 8% of global mammal diversity, which is 39% of Africa's mammal richness, 19% of Africa's amphibian species richness, 14% of Africa's reptile species, and 1,249 documented butterfly species. These figures are very important, and I hope that you will get a copy of this statement so that you really know how rich this country is as far as wildlife biodiversity is concerned, and how many species Uganda actually owns and controls in the whole world. Therefore, Uganda must join the rest of the world in celebrating this important endowment. Our natural heritage is a national treasure and a major source of tourism employment and community income. The 2025 Wildlife Day theme is Wildlife Conservation Finance, investing in people and planet. This year's theme resonates deeply with our national conservation goals and commitment. To sustainably develop conservation goals and our commitment to sustainable development. Wildlife conservation is both an environmental and economic need. Uganda's tourism industry, which is primarily reliant on wildlife, generates more than 5.5% of the national GDP and employs thousands of Ugandans, mainly in rural areas where protected areas are located. This underscores the need to secure sustainable financing for wildlife conservation. Traditionally viewed as a government expense, wildlife conservation financing has not received adequate investment despite the substantial economic benefits it offers, including significant contribution to employment and tourism revenues. Apparently, those who manage finance in Uganda are actually lagging behind in understanding and appreciating financing tourism and wildlife conservation. So it is a struggle, and we have to continue engaging, discussing, and making our friends, our brothers, those who manage finance, to understand and appreciate this very important factor. This year, World Wildlife Day celebrations will focus on raising awareness about wildlife conservation with a specific focus on financing long-term conservation interventions through innovative financing solutions that recognize the critical role of wildlife to support our economy and well-being. Despite our efforts, wildlife conservation and management faces significant financial shortfalls to address a number of challenges, which include human-wildlife conflicts affecting local communities, poaching and illegal wildlife trade, threatening key species, wildlife trade threatening key species, climate change, which affects habitats and biodiversity, routine general management of conservation projects, especially in our conservation areas. The Ministry of Tourism recognizes the relevance and importance of innovative financing in addressing the current wildlife conservation threats and challenges. No single financial mechanism will fill all conservation funding gaps. Therefore, mobilizing financial resources for wildlife at the scale required demands creating enabling conditions, building trust, and applying a collaborative, holistic approach that involves governments, financial institutions, businesses, civil society, and that considers of the needs and expertise of indigenous people, local communities, women, and youth. We also acknowledge the pivotal role of players outside government in ensuring seamless synergies and transdisciplinary collaboration by all stakeholders in financing wildlife conservation interventions. The Ministry of Tourism and Wildlife remains steadfast in supporting wildlife conservation through justifying increased budget allocation for wildlife protection and park management, promoting public-private partnerships to invest in sustainable conservation.